The Third Way, The Principles of Continual Learning and Experimentation, Chapter 4, presented by Passy Yu, Brianna Montez, Cassie Jones, Jay Johnson, and Tony Daly. An overview of this chapter in this presentation that we'll be talking about today is how high-performing companies promote learning and experimentation, and how they use that to generate new improvements in the company. And also we'll be talking about how to enable teams to rapidly and automatically adapt to an ever-changing environment.
Enabling organizational learning and a safety culture. Working in a complex system, having little to no accidents can be next to impossible, with the root cause the majority of the time being human error and the predictable management response being name, blame, and shame to the person that caused the accident. Having accidents being handled with shaming and berating people can lead to a culture of fear where catastrophes can be more apparent. Establishing systems such as a blameless postmortem, which is a post-incident document that helps teams figure out why an incident happened, can help teams understand how an accident happened and even prevent one from happening in the future. I also added a graphic showing the benefits of a blameless postmortem. It's improved team morale and dynamics. There's faster, more effective corrections, enhanced team collaboration, and better product and services quality.
Standardize the improvement of daily work. Along with avoiding name, blame, and shame, we have an example of a company called Alcoa. This is an aluminum company that reported about back in 1987, reported about 90,000 injuries per year. That's about 7 injuries a day. The problem that was occurring here is the process of, without improving our daily work, the problem is processes degrade over time due to chaos entropy. In the absence of improvement, processes don't stay the same. So along with avoiding that blaming issue or creating an environment where they're able to learn and improve, they were able to improve their numbers in that slowly and being able to avoid accidents altogether. This is important with improving our daily work because it allows us to be able to have a more effective work environment so that we can create that mentality that we're trying to overcome the company's issues or whatever problems that are forming in the company itself. Transform local discoveries into global improvement. Through work and input, discoveries are made. Put simply, we must share these discoveries to build a more effective workplace. In development, we often complete tasks or overcome hurdles that are the more than likely causing others in the workplace issues, as well as the object of this principle is to develop habits or systems to help share these troubleshooting solutions. An example of this would be if an error occurred in our systems or some sort of error or problem in workplace in general. Whoever came to solve the problem, they would create a ticket that would not only explain what was going on or what the issue was, but they would also explain how they resolved it. This would allow people in the future to take the ticket and be able to overcome the problem a lot quicker so that they can move on to the next task. Continuing on, we have to inject resilience patterns into our daily work. So as well as being able to quickly overcome problems based off of the past, sometimes there's situations that haven't quite been able to be seen yet. Example is in our workplace, we will often find that work and projects will go through highs and lows of work amount. The concept behind this principle is to be able to create reliant systems that can handle high work flooding. Examples: Christmas rolls around and several websites managed by the company get flooded with unexpectedly large traffic. To create resilience simply means making your employees prepared. So when this comes around, we need to be able to prepare for whatever the stress is going to be coming down on. So discovering workplace stresses is one way to be able to do this. Proper training and prepping. Surveys that allow us to understand a little bit more about the workplace and what are kind of the daily concerns of the employees. And stress testing, which put simply means that you put a lot of pressure on a certain area or aspect of the company.
So along with injecting resilience patterns into daily work and making sure that all of our local discoveries gets shared with the entire company, leaders and workers are both essential, and they each have their different roles. Leaders need to make good decisions for the group and also create conditions so their team can discover greatness in their daily work. Creating greatness requires both leaders and workers who are dependent on each other. There must be mutual respect. Leaders have to learn and teach disciplined problem-solving skills so that the company has a clear direction. This can result in shorter-term goals, which can be executed at the worker level. This is a lot like using the scientific method in the workplace. First, we state the problem, then hypothesize how to solve it. Next, we test the hypothesis, figure out if that worked for the problem, and then use those results to help us with the next set of problems. Some of the questions that you can ask are, what was your last step and what happened? What did you learn? What is your condition now? What is your next target condition? What obstacle are you working on now? By using the scientific method, leaders can help see and solve problems that help a company grow. The results are not only better performance, but also increased resilience, higher job satisfaction, and improved organization adaptability.
In conclusion, these systems are set up so that we are able to improve our workplace, so that they run a little bit smoother and that they're creating a good working environment for learning and being able to overcome situations from the day-to-day life. If we can inject this into our workplace, we can have a more productive place of work, and that we're able to ramp out products a lot easier and being able to have a higher employee and customer satisfaction.